We're here today outside Tullow Mart in County Carlow to get farmers' views on the upcoming general election. Let's go find out what they have to say. So what do you think will be the big issues in the upcoming general election for farmers?
Look, it has to be the big issues coming forward for farmers. We have to look back to where we are currently and then moving forward. CAP is going to be a big conversation on the European side of the things and how the government is going to deliver a successful CAP programme for the progressive and active farmer. And also then looking to the marketplace and what's happening in today's markets. As we know, beef prices has been absolutely diabolical for 2019. That needs to be stabilised and improved upon for 2020, and that has to be a big talking platform for the incoming government. They have to get clarity, they have to get competition law involved, and there's a lot of movement that the government can take on this matter to make things go in the right direction. And also then we have to look at the whole sustainability of farming in this country, looking towards what's happening with biodiversity, and also looking then at the whole section of where we're doing with greenhouse gases and the responsibility that farmers have to this. But I think the responsibility that farmers are being asked to take on board is covering for a multitude of things that they have no responsibility for at all. And the government of the day coming in, I think the new elected TDs, whoever he or she may be, and the Minister for Agriculture has a big fight on his hands to bring back to the table the importance of agriculture in creating biodiversity, and how we have been guardians of the green parts of Ireland for generations and have left it in good care.
So I suppose, what do you think will be the big issues that farmers will be reminding politicians of in the upcoming general election?
Well, the way we were getting fleeced with the price of cattle is ridiculous. Terrible.
And what do you think farmers will be asking the politicians to do, I suppose?
Get an investigation into the meat plants as to how they are treating their customers.
And do you think the past government has delivered for farmers?
No, definitely not.
Will there be a change of government in the next general election, do you think?
I hope so. I really hope so. And the clipping of the sheep is another big issue. We are being charged now 30 cents a sheep for clipping, no matter how clean they are. And that's another thing that should be looked into. And there's not one to say a word about it.
Sure, the fat cattle is probably they're not making enough, the factory cattle. You can't compete with the male and all, to fatten them. Everything is told here and the price is down, you know what I mean?
The thing that I hear very little about was the heritage, the ANC payments. There's a whole lot of lads lost out on that, and I haven't heard a word about nobody. So that's what I'll be saying to the boys when they come to the door.
The general election coming up and that, what will you be telling them when they come knocking on the door?
Well, sure, I suppose the cattle is not as good as it should be, you see, that you be at it. The beef is not rising to the extent it should be, and the expenses is going up, and we hope that the thing will come better now in 2020, which it looks like it might. Cattle could be going to get scarce enough, there might be plenty of people you think after a short time.
And do you think the last government delivered for farmers?
I think they didn't do it too bad at all now. No, as this Brexit and that strike and all with farmers done a terrible lot of harm and put a whole backlog of cattle, and then you were throwing them at the factories to get rid of them, and when you throw stock and all at the factories that way, they had to give you what you like for them. But if the thing had to be free flowing the way it wasn't too bad at all. That's my opinion of it now.
Well, public transport would be the big issue in rural Ireland. There is older people in the countryside, and the only socialising they had was to go to the pub to meet people, and that's taken away from them. Now they're sitting at home, and as anyone knows, loneliness is the worst kind of a disease you could have. I mean, I think, quite honestly, rural Ireland is being left behind. I mean, if it's the same thing back there with the big heavy snow. Dublin got snow, the whole of Ireland was looked after. If Dublin didn't get snow, the whole of Ireland could do what it's like, look after themselves. If it's not Dublin, it's not Ireland. The government now at the moment, you see them on every talk show on the television, they're all there to fix the country. Every one of them when they're looking for votes. When they're in government, they could do nothing.
Our biggest output out of this country is food, but we're not getting paid for it. We're just not getting paid for it. And we keep being told by meat factories and everything else that they can't sell the beef. But to be quite honest, I'm listening to that for the last 20 years. They're still selling it. So it is,
And then even on the red tape then and paperwork then,
Oh yeah, the red tape is just colossal, and they keep moving the goalposts. You know what I mean? And you get into a way of working, and then all of a sudden there's a whole new set of rules comes in, and you have to change the whole system again. You know what I mean? And it's just impossible to keep up with it.
And do you think the last government delivered for farmers?
No, to be quite honest with you, when you see the state of the beef situation is what I'm in anyway, so it is, and the state of it is just a pure monopoly. It doesn't matter, because every factory quotes the same, and the whole thing is controlled too much by one man. And I won't get to mention names, everybody knows that name.
And do you think the politicians care about kind of the issues in farming as much as they would have maybe in the past?
Well, to be quite honest with you, we had a politician out the other day when the Dáil announced that they were going, and Leo Varadkar was above in Phoenix Park dissolving the Dáil. And that was what, 3 o'clock or 3:30 today? We had a politician on the door at 3:30 looking for a vote. And to be quite honest with you, I haven't seen that lady on our doorstep since the last time there was a general election. So there's no difference in it.
So that's what the farmers attending Tullomart felt are the issues that will influence the upcoming general election. However, the outcome of the election remains to be seen.